hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fallout Gaming Major All-Stars Tournament. And we have a huge 100K prize pool up for grabs, and that is, of course, going to be crowd-funded from the ticket you can get in stores if you want to watch inside Dota TV and have a chance at, well, controlling the camera yourself and getting some of those sweet item drops. And well, we got the NA qualifier for you here in a matchup between NoT Today taking on Team eHUG. We saw earlier Leviathan be able to take down the Void Boys and move themselves into the semi-final position. We need to find out which of these two teams is going to be meeting Leviathan in that semi-final. We only have room for one spot in the NA qualifier, and that one team will be able to move on to the Malaysian LAN final. So with that said, we got the heavy favorites coming into this one for NoT Today, taking on eHUG, who do have a couple of stand-ins. Bringing you the coverage, of course, is us Beyond the Summit. Myself, I am KotLGuy, and I'm going to be not alone. I am joined by my good buddy once again, David Blaze Casting. And of course, for stats, I have Mr. Cart Dota. So Blaze, welcome back, my friend. Are you looking forward to a matchup between NoT Today and Team eHUG?
Oh, most definitely, man. There's a lot to be excited about here. I mean, yes, you look at the bets, it seems very skewed towards NoT Today, but if you look at the stand-ins on Team eHUG, there's a lot of potential here. I mean, that's the older brother of Sumail. Johnny Walker, I believe that's Tralf. So, yeah, we've got a lot of really talented players that can bring a lot of unique aspects to the lineup. In fact, Tralf's going to be drafting for Infinity and MJW here as they are running the three stand-in squads. So really excited to see what they bring to the table. Obviously, it's going to be more of like an NEL game for them, where they just take it a little more seriously and they just try to play some tryhard pub rather than go into it with the utmost well-practiced coordination. But nevertheless, there's a lot to be said about the skill of these players, and they're going up against NoT Today, who have made some minor changes in their roster here, and a couple of new faces that really show a lot of prowess.
Yeah, and Cart Dota had been letting me know on the side how much he's been boasting about how their newest player here, Van, has been really a firecracker of a player as of recently. He's been having a nice record of 7-2 according to Dat Dota, and for every game he has over 9 kills. So he is very high octane. He loves to bring in the bloodshed. So we'll see if they're going to be able to do it here. Both these teams, as you already pointed out, have been going through quite the changes. NoT Today were in their prime when they made their way through the Summit 2 quals and made their way all the way into the house. Unfortunately, they didn't really get a lot done at the finals there, but you know, Smash did, of course, win the MVP, so I guess that's a little bit of something for them. But yeah, for eHUG, it's been a bit of a cold streak as of recent. Just looking over their history, you know, they went 1-1 with Complexity, it looks like, in the MLG Pro League. They dropped a game to Union Gaming in Canada Cup. They dropped a game to Wheel in Canada Cup as well. The last time they faced off against NoT Today, it was a 0-2. NoT Today bested them in that for the MLG Pro League, so they're looking to bounce back here. And yeah, with Tralf and Yawar on their side, you really never know what can actually happen here. So this is going to be a very intriguing lineup as it is. But let's actually talk about the draft. NoT Today, they're going to be opening up with the Troll Warlord, still the prized grab in this recent meta, and Brew, who has been a Smash favorite for quite a while if he can't get that Ember Spirit. And eHUG, they're going to pick up Viper and follow it on up with the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, interesting to see the Venge pick over the line here. It makes it through to phase 2. They banned that one out, and yeah, it's a pretty solid combo with the physical damage from Viper Venge. NoT Today hasn't been picking up that much Troll recently, but overall in the metagame, it's a very powerful hero that brings a lot to the table. And yeah, I couldn't agree more about that new player, Van. I've actually had the unfortunate first-hand experience of dealing with that when I played with a few other casters in the Dota 2 Canada Cup. He was on a team that knocked us out, and he plays an amazing series of heroes. Man, he's a dominant player. He really does play to win, play to just absolutely devastate his opponents, and we'll have to see how he meshes with NoT Today, but Slark, that is definitely his hero. Slark and Jugger is top 2. He also plays a hell of a Meepo. I've seen him on Batrider. He really can play a wide variety of heroes, but Slark is what they're going to be putting him on in this case. And with the Troll, they're setting him up for a massive amount of success. He can deal with the Viper, Venge, and Batrider decently through things like Pounce and Dark Pact. And when he gets the Battle Trance, his Essence Shift is going to be stacking through the roof. And really, they have to start drafting against Slark and Slark alone here. I mean, obviously, it's still important to get maybe a quick silence for the Brewmaster. But otherwise, the big thing here is make sure that Slark doesn't get out of control, because you're going to be regretting it very quickly.
So we'll hopefully answer that call for the Slark. They have the Batrider now picked up, the third pick Batrider here. They already have Vengeful Spirit on their side, so they don't have to worry about her as the Batrider counter, but with supports Still needing to be grabbed here for Not Today. They need to consider what good anti-Batrider options there are, whether it's a lingering cask from a Witch Doctor or a Shadow Demon or what have you. They're going to need to find some way to prevent him from kind of bullying on through and bringing back the potential lockdown factor there. Support's also an option here for Team eHUG. Witch Doctor could be a grab for them. The cask works beautifully against someone like the Brewmaster or even the Skywrath Mage if they do want to get a hold of that precious silence against them, but he could be susceptible to getting ganked pretty often from Slark, so they definitely need to think pretty hard about this one. Also, getting a late game could be a big factor. Plus, we don't really know where Tralf or Yawar could be set up as far as laning goes in this. I'm not too sure what they're factoring in. Before eHUG became what they were, the first eHUG squad with like Ryu Boris and I'm a Sheep Sucks had mild success. Then it unfortunately just fizzled out. Infinity plus 4 was the new up and rising group that won the eHUG tournament and became the new Team eHUG. They showed a lot of promise and unfortunately faltered a bit, and well, they're looking to bounce back here. Ancient Apparition is going to be the third grab. That seems like more of a direct counter back to someone like Slark with his hefty regen, and well, we'll have to see. The level 1 game, very strong right now for eHUG.
Yeah, the player Ifrit has been picking up Ancient Apparition, decent amount of rollers as well. So it's a pick that'll do a lot against the Slark in particular. The fact that he relies a lot on Shadow Dance in general will make it a lot more effective for them to bring him down, whether or not he's able to kind of maneuver against them. But they are the ones that go for the silence. And if you just think about the laning phase right now, like they have 3 cores, the Troll, the Brewmaster, the Slark, and although the Brew and the Slark can each go to the offlane, they don't generally desire to. It's not like they're going to have the best of time in those lanes, but you get some really active supports that get involved early that just crush the laning phase, and you can make it very viable to send maybe the Brew off lane and run a Slark mid. This is actually what CDEC, one of the Chinese teams, does, and when they put Slark on the mid lane, Mikasa just runs that like a snowball hero that can build up so quickly, and with the help of some really good troll ultis, he can just absolutely destroy his opposition. So the Sky's going to help him out. A little bit of Mystic Flare damage on top of the pounce, and yeah, people would be dropping pretty quick. Beyond that, maybe you can silence the Venge so that they can't engage as easily as they'd like to.
It's funny to see that, like, these kind of teams, and I think it also was the same in our previous series, they just totally blow past anything like a Wisp early on. Maybe they don't have a Wisp player, it's just not the fad for NA Dota. For a while it was getting a lot of like the Omni Knight at some point, but that just doesn't seem to be the case here as they completely blow past that one, and it looks like eHUG are going to round out their lineup here with the 5th pick Morphling rep. So they're putting a lot of the core potential onto this Morphling, I guess hoping that they can create the space early on and through the mid game to allow them really to shine later on. So we'll see. It's not like Elder Titan is really the new support rage, but if they were thinking about going back to the olden days of when Elder Titan was actually picked up, you know, I don't think it'd be too shabby here, but we'll see.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, ET would be pretty solid. Skywrath can lane with them decently, and they can definitely get a lot done as the game progresses. The natural order is amazing against him, but it's not great against Viper. Of course, of his bonus armor and magic resistance that will not be negated as directly. And yeah, Morphling, I don't know. I feel like the Slark and the Skywrath are already plenty enough as far as counters go. I'm actually quite surprised that Morphling was picked into this because a Mystic Flare and a Pounce, or sorry, the Ancient Steel more importantly, and the Pounce connecting, and he's probably going to die. You can't Strength Morph while you're silenced, at least if it's not toggled on already. And then the Slark actually drains your stats very quickly with that Essence Shift. So it's not like there was an easy alternative because you consider the fact that they have the mischance of Whirling Axes, Melee, and the Drunken Haze. It makes it so that any hero that relies on right clicks too much is going to be kind of ineffective until they get MKB. So the Morphling, the nice thing he has going for him is he does do most of his damage via spells for a good part of the game. And if Yawar is smart about his kind of agi to strength allocation, he should be able to still survive, but it really comes down to avoiding the Skywrath as much as possible for the better half of the game.
So Sand King is going to be that last grab here for Not Today, going a little bit greedy with their secondary support. Looking to prioritize maybe a little bit of that sweet jungle farm, getting a hold of the early blink, and then you got a real gap closer on your hands, and well, he'll be able to spring the trap for the rest of his team. So very nice formidable lineup from both sides here. A lot more core potential obviously on the side of Not Today, but if eHUG can withstand that and have a successful early game, they could really blossom into something special here. But yeah, like we said at the start, the favorites coming into this according to the Dota 2 Lounge odds are in the favor of Not Today. I believe it was about a 70% favorite for them to the 30 of eHUG. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get things started here. This is a best of 3, of course, for the Major All-Stars Dota 2 tournament in the NA Qualifier, and just game number 1. Leading off with the Radiant side, we got Team eHUG here. And leading out the charge on this bottom, it's going to be Yawar, brother of Sumail. He's going to be playing your Morphling. It looks like we're going to have a small bit of a pause, of course, but I'll just keep going on through. Infinity, who was pretty much the headmeister for this, the head maestro, I guess, if you will, for this team for a while. He's going to be playing your Viper, more than likely in that mid lane. Ryuza is going to be playing the support Vengeful Spirit. Trouf, who's now their captain, or at least drafter, is going to be playing your Ancient Apparition support, and that will leave, of course, MJW. He's been the off lane for eHUG for quite a while now. He's going to be playing your Bad Rider.
Oh, Johnny's going to see the Sand King, but he doesn't have boots, and Sand King's just going to keep running along. Might be able to get the stun off before the tier 2 connects, unless there's some interference. They do see the Chilling Touch, though, and although they didn't have the Morphling, 3 heroes is more than enough damage, and they will just walk away. So, yeah, it looks like there's going to be no first blood spilled as of yet, so the Bounty Rune could be contested now that the Chilling Touch is wearing down. At the 0-0, it's going to be no Chilling Touch available, and that means that I think Not Today will be able to take the bottom Bounty Rune.
And with that, we'll see as the majority of Not Today look to contest that bottom rune. It's only the Bat Rider and Van toe-to-toe on the top. There's potential here for Not Today to maybe get a hold of both of them, but maybe an early skirmish. Looks like eHUG are able to zone back the Sand King.
The battle
2-1. Here's the rune. It's going to be quickly snagged up from Yawar. It looks, and now we have a fight break out. 2-man burrow to lead things off, and Ryuza is going to be her first blood. Immediately, Not Today going to strike. Yawar's forced to waveform himself to the high ground. So with that, the Peruvian squads, they get their first blood.
Yeah, I think that if Mystico hadn't skilled up a concussive shot, there's more potential for them to actually fight that and get the bounty rune too, because they're not just so reliant on just chasing people down, as the concussive shot would imply. But yeah, it's fine. They are able to get the first blood, which is better off than the bounty, and they are also able to get Slark the bounty rune up on the top lane, starting off with a Stout Shield and Essence Shift. He's going to buy a Magic Stick very soon, and from there, this lane is his. Like, Boots of Speed, Orb of Venom, Magic Stick is all you need for this lane to just be completely in your favor. But for right now, he's taking a lot of damage, showing a lot of confidence here up against the Bat Rider, who, of course, cannot cast any Sticky Napalm until level 2.
Yeah, this might even force out an early salve here. He just gets the Tango for now. Normally, your Bat Rider would favor a lot of the one-on-one matchups, but against someone like Slark, who eventually will get the Dark Pact, things can get a bit sticky for him. And well, with that, he steps back and away. I imagine a Magic Stick could be in the near future, of course, also for Van to contest MJW. And he'll hold it strong for now, but he might need to be careful.
Actually is probably dead.
Yeah.
You see the Sand King rotation. This is going to be so difficult for MJW to get out of. If he TP'd right now, he'd be fine, but I don't think he sees the Sand King coming.
No, he is missing. Maybe banking that he could be in the jungle doing stacks or building up some early stacks. But very patient here play from the Sand King to kind of hide under the smoke, wait for an opportunity to move on forward. But MJW back behind. Oh, he flies. Can he make it to the low ground in time? The pounce is going to connect. He's down and below, but they still have the right click. Oh, can't quite get close enough. Unfortunately, MJW with that early Firefly is going to be able to fly on home to safety.
Yeah, and the easy flight route, of course, would have been to the western side of this bridge here over the tree line where it's completely impassable, but that was a much more difficult way to react to the situation. Fortunately, he does live long enough to die on his terms, going over to the Ancients and suiciding to just TP right back with full HP.
Yep. Just to make sure he gets the express trip back to the fountain so he can return right back to the lane. The benefit for him, of course, is he always has that jungle to work with. Of course, that would, you know, let the Slark kind of get the free early farm, but getting this Bat Rider a reasonably quota time on his Blink Dagger is one of the utmost important things here for eHUG. Bottom lane, though, Yawar getting lots of farm on his Morphling. When Yawar and Sumail were playing together on Rude Gaming for a while as stand-ins, he played so much Morphling, and he was really dominant here, so this is a hero he's very familiar with, and he is happy to nerd sweat it on out and bring it to the late game if necessary. So with that, they maintain strong control here. Smash is going to be bullied all the way back with only 3 CS to his name. He is level 3, however, so he's been able to get close enough to find some XP for himself.
So back and forth on the mid lane, we're going to be seeing Ifrit take some big hits here. This is one of the few matchups that Troll doesn't just outright win 1v1. The Whirling Axes and the Berserker's Rage are two really good skills for just fighting 1v1, but Viper, he's got a lot going for him with that extra range, the ability to kite, and I think that's one thing that NoT today weren't really happy about, was the Viper pick going up against it. They knew they were opened against it, they just had to play it, but luckily they have more damage healers than just the one. Brewmaster can blink in, Slark can pounce and get in the fight pretty easily, and yeah, it's going to take some really good AA blasts to make them disconcerted about engaging. But one thing I'll mention real quick is the Brewmaster has gotten up to level 3 here, mostly because of Vengeful Spirit's early skilling. He actually, at the level 1 Clash on the Bounty Rune, skilled up Wave of Terror in his death throws just to kind of maybe get a little bit more damage on the opposition, maybe give them the chance to turn around for a reverse kill on somebody else. But now he finally has a level 2 and is able to zone out Smash more directly.
Yeah, don't come near this rune. This is ours. The support duo are able to secure that one. They grab up the Precious Bounty. At the same moment, Miskow's able to grab up the Illusion Room on his Skywrath Mage, taking that away from MJW. So a 1-for-1 as far as the 4-minute Bounty Rune goes, or at least the 4-minute rune for both sides go. And MJW is going to fly himself right back to that jungle. No stacks really built up here. A couple of Centaur camps, though, to Firefly down, as he does have the 2 levels into it. Should give him a little bit of an early boost if he wants to get the Tranquils to lead things in. Rather slow start for there, and they have this very aggressive ward I've never really noticed up in the Not Today jungle. I guess to scout out to see if when Sand King goes for those stacks, they could prevent it and, well, contest it.
Yep, and that's the plan here. The reason you pick a Batrider so aggressively into Sand King is to ruin his jungle game. Actually, MJW really close to falling to a single Centaur right-click with an Napalm. Does keep it slow enough that he'll walk away. But now that he has gotten his Tranquil Boots, he can fill up at the fountain, TP to either the mid or top lane, and he wants to actually steal this stack. Now, it's going to be contested, but if they bring enough forces here, the low Sand King will not be able to do it himself. I mean, just putting the Firefly down wherever the Sandstorm is happening is going to be enough to get him to cancel the channel, and from there, you can actually take the neutrals for yourself.
Mid lane matchup for now, though. Infinity on his Viper, looking very strong. 31 and 10 CS to Ifrit's Troll of 16 and 3, nearly double the CS game right now. Uh-oh, MJW looks to fly on in from the rafters to get a hold of him, but it will be a quick whirling axes, and Ifrit will be able to walk away at this point. Still have both supports kind of scouting out this mid lane as well. Another smoke on the Sand King. It's level 3. He has obviously the 2 points into Sandstorm in hopes of farming up that neutral stack later on, but it looks like he's peeking at maybe a hope to make a go on this Viper because, well, Troll certainly could use the assistance.
The hand up top is like, okay, Troll, if you want to come to my lane, you can come to my lane, but I'm just going to beat the crap out of you. No Orb of Venom, the actual duel going back and forth with the Ice Vortex, but Van just pops the ultimate, is able to get an easy kill onto the Ancient Apparition here.
Also
mid lane.
Going on mid, yeah. They were able to get a hold of Infinity and blow him down. And with that, they take one support. Oh, Sand King so low, 8 health. And he's able to just crawl on away from that. It ends up being a 2-for-1 trade, taking down both Infinity's Viper. Trout on that AA hands over the kill to the Slark. Very beneficial skirmish for Not Today from both sides.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the Sand King getting out is pretty huge. He was able to just barely get out of the Firefly radius, and that's going to keep him alive, head back home. And in the meantime, Batrider is actually going to say, okay, I'm level 5. Your Sand King's down for the moment, and here we go. The Napalm stacking up, and he is going to just get so much value out of this if it is indeed stolen. Mystico making his way that direction, but for now, they don't know.
Oh man, this is going to be a lot of gold stolen away. 2 big stacks quickly torched up. Oh, a very sad Sand King. He does not know. This is a lot of gold. MJW, very happy boy right now. Doesn't even worry about his own stacks. He's got 1,300 freaking gold, 1,400 gold from that. TP's away, and a poor Sand King's like, what the hell happened here? What the hell? One Centaur? Oh my God, not good. His blink is going to be delayed dramatically, and MJW's blink, he is just, oh yeah, walking away. Man,
you know, he's just shuffling out his keys, ready to get back into his apartment. He opens the door, and, like, it's just all the furniture is gone. No TV, no VCR, just, oh my gosh, what happened? The Vandals. They've stolen the stacks, and Sand King is, yeah, it's just going to be in poor man's town for a very, very long time. But luckily the Slark's doing pretty good here. Shadow Amulet already up for him. He's going to be looking to follow that up with a Blade, of course. And mana is going to be his only real issue there. If he can still stay active, get a few support kills, he can build up treads and stay involved.
Tower is under attack.
Your 8-minute rune about to pop up smash this time. He'll be fortunate enough to get it for himself as he uses the bottle to grab up that sweet little DD, and his ally here, the Troll, can be able to snag up the bounty. So Not Today control both fronts right there. As we check out the bottom lane, Trout and Ryuza, the support duo, side by side to kind of help out Yawar here. And MJW just kind of finishing off his blink, which he's going to have here momentarily. That with the smoke, and they could hope to pick up a kill and boost themselves on forward. It's a 4-1 advantage right now for Not Today, but this blink could change things up quite a bit.
No kills and only 47 CS on this Batrider, but because there are all these hard camp stacks that have been stolen and now acquired by his own teammates, this blink dagger timing is absolutely immaculate from the Batrider, who had a pretty tough time up on the top lane. And Sand King is just not going to be able to compete with that timing. Maybe like 4 minutes he can get his, but he's probably going to be forced to fight once or twice before he's able to just fully farm the blink. He can't stay in hibernation for that long when they're a team that wants to get active. I mean, the Morphling, he went for a hand of Midas. You need to pressure that at least a little bit, otherwise you're not really going to be able to feel confident about your mid game.
Yeah, the only Midas out right now. I mean, with Van committing to getting the Shadow Blade, he's not trying to get a Midas and contest the late game right now. So, Not Today have a tempo that they want to get done mid-game. Jump on the mid lane, though. There's your Blink debut as they go into Ifrit. Viper Strike follow-up, Ryuza there, and they're able to get the kill. Smash rotates forward, does not have the ultimate yet, so he tries to just right-click down the support, but he loses his own life. That is a 2-for-1 trade at the expense of only an eHUG support. It's very much worth it for eHUG at that.
Yeah, and if they push up on the top lane, Yawar is just like, okay, I'll go ahead and take bottom. Midas, waveform, you can bring down the creep waves very, very quickly, and then the Basilius allows your creep to do work on the tower itself. We'll also mention that this is going to help out Trout build up a lot of farm. He's already like rotated, tried to farm top. He's picked up a couple bounty runes. Oh, bad news bears in the mid lane. He sandstorms, but there is a Sentry Ward in the lane, and that last right click will give Infinity a freebie. Mechanism and only 300 gold.
Very close to mech, and now for Sand King, the struggle continues. He's going to be put off even further from getting that Blink Dagger. He managed to recuperate some farm, and now he's going to be pushed back down to 1,600 gold. So it's going to be a prolonged Blink Dagger on your Sand King. And by that point, you're probably going to see MJW look to go on the prowl again. And if he's looking to throw together a quick 4-staff, and he is, he's already got the Staff of Wizardry complete. He's got his Batrider tool belt in fantastic time, but look at Van. Trying to put his Shadow Blade to use. He sneaks on bottom lane. He's going to cut all the way towards the mid side here and possibly make a go onto Infinity. He has the money for mech. He is able to buy it, so he won't lose a lot of gold if he does go down. But without the mech in hand, this could be a pretty good grab. Van moves in. Jetpack going to be popped. There's the pounce to connect. The scouts here. The rotations come. 2 of them. Swap back for the save. Infinity's still alive. Ryuzov's going to be the target, and they drop both. Quickly, they take down Vengeful Spirit and the Viper, and Not Today are able to walk away with a victory there. Smash, of course, finally having that level 6.
Oh, they're going to go again?
Helps out.
Batrider just screwed the pooch on that one. Might be able to blink out before the pounce connects.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blinks back after the Cyclone. Won't be caught out there from Van, and they'll be fine, but that is a fight that will go the way of Not Today after eHUG did have the upper hand here temporarily. They continue to pressure bottom lane in the meantime. But help is on the way. Smash without his split looks to get there to try to help out, but getting a hold of him is going to be pretty tricky here. So 4-7 your new score. It's going to be an early look at the graph, but it's just a slight nod towards eHUG's favor with the early advancement of farm. It's only Van at the top of the net worth for now, but you got Yawar, MJW, and Infinity all right behind them.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that net worth advantage is with them being down a tower. So that's potential gold that's off the map for Not Today that is still completely available for eHUG to push on forward. The bottom lane is pretty low, and bottom rune is actually very heavily contested with Yawar going in. Finished off Mystico, and they could probably get another. Smash does not have the split, and they bounce him back with a lasso.
Very nicely done. That's the poor man's way to get a hold of a boy with a lasso, and they get it done. A double kill. For all people, it's going to be Yawar on the Morphling who gets all that sweet and precious gold. An early boost for the late gamer right there, and MJW walks away farming up the creeps. Yawar goes to bottom. We got a Shadow-Bladed Van here looking to get a hold of a precious Trout, so he can't get a hold of him. Instead, goes on Yawar. AA Blast flies out. Yawar might consider manning up here, but the Shadow Dance is going to prevent that. And Van is also going to be forced to walk away without spilling any blood. So 6-7 your score. They come up short on that one. And it looks like Trout has reached his level 6. The Ice Blast is going to be online.
Yeah, and the Replicant allows Morphling to, despite taking that heavy loss in HP and having to morph, able to reset entirely and just replicate right back to the lane after TPing out. Now, it is worth noting that there's a bit of a mana burn effect from Slark's auto attacks because of the Essence Shift, and it made it so the Morphling couldn't wave out, but because Van was solo, that wasn't the play to make, and he's back to full HP. You can try really, really hard for this fella, but there's going to be some TP rotations, and it might just turn the kills against you.
Yeah, it does bait out the one TP from Infinity, but at that same moment, we have your Sand King TPing into the lane as well, and he's got a blink and a smoke now. It was handed off, so he'll look to pop that off. And you could see a blink and burrow epi in the near future here for Not Today. Yawar obviously would be the prize target. Meanwhile on the side, oh, Van gets a hold of Trout. Think it's going to be an easy pickoff right there. Killing spree for Van. This guy gets 9 kills plus every game, and he's on good track. 3-0-1 already for this Slark as they are like vultures scouting out Yawar. Epi blinking, and Yawar is in trouble. Silence there. There is no chance whatsoever. No split even necessary. They're absolutely ridiculous. Okay, every game he wins. Fair enough. Meanwhile, mid lane, though, they are able to get a hold of the troll. They commit the lasso for that one, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade at the end. And a slight advantage gold swing for eHUG when it's all over.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, so, I mean, that is actually a pretty big kill on the Morphling since you won't get many more opportunities like that. Sand King is going to take some damage down bottom, but he's not going to be finished off. Mid lane is where the action is going to be. Van moving in with the Shadow Blade, but it's an Invis Vengeful Spirit that'll be able to respond pretty well to this.
Some help. They have the swap, but it's already close range. But with the stun, they bring him down very low, but he's able to walk away. Help from the mech, of course, there from Infinity certainly allows them to have the extra sustain to put up with this harassment. And, well, eHUG, who have been trying to pressure this mid lane, do acquire that tier 1. Waiting for them to get a hold of their first tower structure. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Yawar trading off with Smash here. Oh, there's going to be the blink. He's able to blink between auto attacks. No split's going to be used. And they walk away.
Yeah, just missed the timing just slightly on that 3-second cooldown. Tried to keep it as close as possible to him, have as few right clicks as possible so he could get that last waveform off, but it doesn't work out, and we're just going to see some farm in the jungle coming out from eHUG here. Now, I was going to talk about Trout's item progression. Normally, in a game like this that you know is going to go a decent length, you probably want to go for Hannah Midas, but because you're up against a Shadow Blading Slark and a Blink Sand King, you don't really have that luxury. Like, this is a game where you go, like, Urn of Shadows, a lot of Sentry Wards, maybe Magic Wand.
Yeah.
You just try to tank up and not get picked off the second the fight begins.
Yeah. A is one of those heroes he'd like to be, like, maybe farming on the side, getting that individual XP to get that Ice Blast leveled up quicker and sooner, but with a Slark on that Shadow Blade, always in the dark, you really never know if you're safe. And if he's caught out, it's just easy ice cubes. So Trout is going to have to play a little bit more reserved. He's going to do the ward duty, if you will, and just kind of make sure he, if he has to, get with the buddy-buddy system. And for now, he's helping out Infinity and Ryuza do this small stack here on the side. But as far as net worth progression, it's still in their favor. Not by a whole lot, about 1,500 gold. Not Today, feeling rather confident at this point. Smash has his Blink Dagger now, and with Split at the ready here, it looks like they might potentially converge towards the top lane here. Maybe they could look for a fight in the near future. That's a big grab with that Blink.
Yeah, a lot of potential. Obviously, they have all their ultimates available, so that's the key factor there. Also, Morphling doesn't really want to have to rotate different places. He doesn't want to be controlled his movements by the enemy team. He wants to make the most efficient decision possible because he's carrying against essentially a nice tri-core here from Not Today. Like, obviously, the Viper and Batrider contribute towards the mid to late game. When it comes down to raw damage, it's mostly on his shoulders. So we'll see that they start getting bigger and bigger. He's going to actually go for a Scotty outright past the Shadow Blade, and that'll make sure that he has absolutely no mana issues whatsoever, as well as give him a ton of control to stay right on his target.
Lots of fat stats for him. Able to take the punishment because he could be a target of that lasso, and withstanding it would allow him to breathe new life, go into Shadow Dance, and make a counterplay happen there. For everyone else here, a smoke going to be popped out here from the eHUG side. MJW has both his Blink and Force at the ready for this one. Lasso's up and ready to go. According to KotLGuy, of course, Van always goes to straight Scotty after his mobility item, which in this case is your Shadow Blade, not the Midas step off or the Blink. With now, he's going to farm it up. Oh, it's scouted by Ryuza. They have the ward on the high ground here. They're going to need some extra help. There's the Blink in. Oh, immediate Shadow Blade pounce away. MJW is going to be coming up short on grabbing a hold of that lasso, and they want to converge immediately. Concussive shots there. Blink burrow, but he already makes his force to the low ground to get away from this. Sandstorm's going to be popped. They flame break to get that Sand King out of there. Very narrow escape right there from eHUG. They walk away.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is they actually have absolutely no detection here. Not a single member of the Radiant team had a way of revealing the Shadow Blade, which they definitely know he has. So that was kind of... They were hoping to run into somebody that wasn't the Slark. Maybe the Troll, maybe the Sand King could have been an easier pick. They can get a way of interrupting the Sandstorm. But as far as killing the Slark, it's nearly impossible.
Trout is in trouble, and this is what we were talking about. Easy ice cubes right there for Van. Just gets a hold of the precious little support. One moment he's top, the next moment he's dead. Meanwhile, Yawar is able to get his own kill on his own support by the rune. With the help of MJW, they're able to lasso down the Skywrath Mage, but it is just a support after all, and they end up trading those supports 1 for 1.
Yeah, it's actually a really difficult game for map vision for NoT today, though, because there's so much incentive between the Shadow Blade and the Sandstorm to pick up sentry wards. eHUG are very active about controlling like this, specifically this area, like dropping out sentry wards and observers so they can see if the Slark makes any approach with his Shadow Blade. So, essentially, Mysticow, he has a huge duty to drop down wards all over the place that wouldn't normally be dewarded, and of course he's very squishy when doing it. So, like, he's gonna make his way with this observer ward on the eastern side of the jungle, and we'll have to see if he can actually make it happen without being revealed.
Yeah, he's scouting it out for now. Yawar is nearby, but they don't have vision on where Mysticow is in the meantime, so for now he's safe in the dark. Meanwhile, it looks like Ryuza is going to get a solo time farm here on the Vengeful Spirit in this top lane, but they see now Mysticow with that couple of pings. He's able to walk away, but yeah, the ward's going to be dropped. And with it being pinged, Trout might go on sentry duty here momentarily. He is going for that Urn with the double glove pickup, but this is very reserved play for your support at this point.
Oh, I love this pickup, dude. Oh, that is disgusting.
Oof.
Picking up the Orchid here with the Shadow Blade. He is able to solo kill Morphling if he doesn't have a Lincoln Sphere.
Oh, well, he doesn't have a Lincoln Sphere, and this could be the solo kill. One strike, there's the Orchid. Yawar is in for a rude awakening at this point, pulls out the Desperation. TP can't get out. Van is now unstoppable. This kid is just as good as people are making him out to be. Meanwhile, down below, Batrider able to get the grab. Smash goes down, lasso follow-up, and they get Ifrit as well. The Troll and Brew 1-2 punch coming out from eHUG is the response to the Morphling drop. So with that, eHUG are going to be able to come out on top.
They did just deward this observer placed out by the Ancient Apparition. Geometry Sight is up for MJW, and they do stop a Roche attempt, getting 2 kills. So although the Slurk kill on Morphling would normally be huge, I mean, that is a 1 position killing a 1 position and just pulling massively out of net worth. Across the map, it's not so bad. We'll see Bench taking a lot of damage and will be going down.
Very easy grab. This guy just follows up with the Mystic Flare at Sand King sets up, but Sand King will be withered away. Infinity is able to easily right-click him down, so it's going to be an exchange of supports once more. A lot of that, a tit for a tat in this kind of a game, as it's 11-12, very close. Net worth only a slight odds favor for eHUG, about 1K, so still a very tight game as we get to the 21-minute mark. Trough is just going to find some solo farm time here, but yeah, you are now well aware that this Slark has an Orchid, and maybe he can't be so, I don't want to say reckless, but not too confident about pushing out and farming on the side.
Well, only 200 gold away from his BKB. You don't generally want to just pop a BKB the first time you see an opponent. What I would say is more likely is to probably just put like 10 to 15 more points in strength, and then it requires at least a +1 to bring him down, unless the Battle Trance gets to level 16. But, I don't know, Slark is building up so much momentum that might not even be enough, and maybe he just has to pop the BKB every time he gets Orchid. I guess he can play it by ear, as there's no magic immunity piercing disabled. So yeah, there is absolutely nothing but the bash from the Troll, and generally speaking, he's pushing other lanes.
Yeah, and he has that gem now, and of all people, Slark, he knows exactly where the wards are, and he takes down that aggressive ward in their jungle. And so with that, you're going to begin to lead eHUG in the dark a little by little here. They do have a couple of side wards up by the rune spots here. But here comes Smash and Mysticow here, moving side by side. Split, of course, at the ready. He's able to quickly bottle up that bounty rune. But they still have eyes on potentially this Roche area. They try to get it started for now, but couldn't quite get the job done. Ifrit's Troll has been rather quiet so far at 1-3-4. Not the most dominant start, but he's able to throw together his Sange and Yasha, and more mobility coming together here for your Slark, continuing to put off any sort of idea of a Scotty as he grabs the Blink Dagger now.
The Blink is a very bold statement from Van. Like, I understand the Shadow Blade and the Orchid is really good for getting in position and making it so that Morphling can't farm as aggressively, but the bottom line is he is now as squishy as can be, running a 6-0 kill streak. He has only 1,000 HP, not even running strength creds. And if they kill him, it'll be immense. It'll be a huge gold changeover. It'll be a ton of experience, and he just has to avoid it at all costs. Like, this guy's good, but to avoid a team with a gem and an ice blast that's gunning for you constantly, it's a very tall order. The Skywrath, of course, getting picked off down bottom. Just having a rough game.
Smash on the return, blinks forward. There's the split. He's able to Cyclone Trout before he's able to TP away, and they want to try to get at least both supports here. They see Ryuza leading with the Burrow Strike, and there's the waveform forward as they're able to take down the Sand King. Now they're on the return with a mech being popped. They want to finish off Smash, but once again, he's able to slip away with that Blink Dagger as he heads to the bottom of the river here. Still on the hunt, though. MJW leads on forward. But yeah, it ends up being 2 supports all day on this bottom lane. As they take down the Skywrath previous to that, it was an assist set up from MJW with his lasso. Yawar was able to get the kill with his adaptive strike, which he certainly would love to use. And he's already got 2.2, about 2.3k built up now, on top of the BKB, which is still at a full 10 seconds. And they might get this tier 1 tower. Smash is able to move forward, though. Once again, no split for him. He eats the Ice Blast. And they are able to deny the tower. Miskow is going to take that one away. Smash will TP home. Oh, the Adaptive Strike stops it. Burrow Strike comes back, though, from your Sand King. Yawar could be in a bit of trouble, and of course they are going to be doing this without their Troll, who is still en route. Slark does show up. Goes over Yawar. Doesn't want to pounce him. He wants to go for the easy target. Gets a hold of Trout. Takes down Trout. Wicked 6 streak now. Built up for Van. He's got a bounty on his head, if they ever do manage to get a hold of him, but more support blood is going to be shed as we even things up now, 13-13.
I mean, if you look at the cooldowns that he's up against as far as disables, like Magic Missile, Viper Strike, the Lasso, these things are things that he can actually avoid very nicely with his skill. The Dark Pack, Shadow Dance, Pounce. But it's still just, it's a very confident statement that he's not going to, like, I don't know, lag out, or his mouse freezes up for a second and suddenly he's dead, and the game is like half their victory is turned back the other way. But I have to be honest with you, I have very little idea why Smash engaged on the bottom lane with the split. It wasn't something they needed to do. They were down 1 hero, and Slark was committed to a replicant on the top lane. He thought it might be real and went for it, but unless that's a space creation play, it's a very odd usage of the Primal Split.
So with that, they are able to finally take down that Roche with the space created on bottom, taking down Trout and shooing away the rest of eHUG. This could be an Aegis snagged up here into the pocket of Van. I gotta say, his Slark play, even though as Car pointed out, this is gonna be the first time we see these double mobility items of the Blink and Shadow Blade completed in your first 3 item grabs on a Slark. It reminds me a lot of like Ditya Ra from the Power Rangers on how he likes to play it. Very aggressive, very high octane, just constantly on the move, finding picks when he can, and then maybe developing into a more of a split push style. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case. Certainly with a Troll on your team, it is possible, but feels like not today, or in a bit control here. So eHUG, we'll see if they can look to bounce back. Ice Blast goes on top, but it looks like it's more to kind of push the lane out, not really being able to connect on your Sand King, but there we are as Van's able to take away the Ancient stack. It's feeling like pressure's going to be built up here for Yawar and his Morphling to try to bring it back for eHUG.
Yeah, it's a really difficult game, but Yawar is getting some good farm, and if you look at the overall net worth, it's not too far off. And again, this is with a decent deficit as far as towers go. There is a 1 tower favor on the side of the fact that the tier 1 top is still standing for the Dire. eHUG have so much more potential gains, and they just have to get 1 big kill in the Slark. Like, that's their objective, and he's made it a lot more difficult for them with the Aegis Immortal. He has an unlimited mana pool with the Orchid regen. He has a Gem of True Sight. He knows he sees what they see, and he can find easy openings without much risk.
Bit of a trade here at the top, but they have a big dive here from Van, and that's a bounty if they take him. But of course, the Aegis is there first. Vengeful Spirit's going to be taken down. His Burrow Strike's going to be coming up there to help set up. Now Smash goes to the low ground, pulls out the split. Infinity being focus fired from Van as they split 1 for 1 each. Epicenter even on the follow-up. They finish off Infinity, and they finish off Trout. It's 3 for none right now for Not Today. They make an aggressive play, an aggressive call, and it certainly pays off there. Only 2 to remain. Yawar is split pushing the bottom tier 2 tower. In the meantime, the TP's actually going to get canceled. Not Today want to go for the high ground, it looks like.
Yeah, they're committing right here. They have so much potential to take the tier 3 tower, which is a huge boon for them. The Battle Trance comes out, and as such, this tower will drop rapidly. Even with the fortification, it'll still last about a second longer than that, and then they will look to bring this down. Batrider trying to delay it. If they get the Ice Blast, Morphling could get some huge kills here, but they can't keep them in the base. They can't keep them committed. They take the tier 2 bottom, and they just have to hold the line.
It is a tower structure trade, as he's going to get him with a little bit of a parting gift right there onto Smash. It's only level 1, so it's not going to be enough to get him to snap, but it is an even trade, I suppose, as far as structures go, but obviously not today. Benefit from a huge fight. So with that, they walk away, the victors in that one, and go back to the separation of the farm. It looks like a Veil is going to be in order for your Sand King on the Peruvian side. And Miskow, he's got the early, or a good old reliable cloak, just in case to kind of nerf back some of that little bit of extra magic damage. Vlad's going to be nearly complete here, or actually already complete for your Smash. And now the Scotty is getting thrown together here for Van on his slope.
And another big pickup is that the BKB being at 10 seconds for the Batrider here. You're up against a Sand King with a Veil of Discord. He's level 12. If you don't have a BKB, you're going to be dead very, very shortly. So the Morphling, the Batrider, having the potential to survive through it, and I guess Infinity as well. He has enough raw stats, and the fact that he has some bonus magic resistance from his passive makes it so it's not that easy to bring down the Viper. So all in all, I would have to say that the E-Blade is huge for getting offensive kill potential, but even more so is the fact that they can actually still like stay in the fights against a level 2 Mystic Flare, a Veil, and Epicenter.
Coming together now. Feels like a smoke. It is a smoke. Miskow has the smoke in hand, and now they look to push on forward here. eHUG might need to be on high alert at this point as they step back to go back to their own reliable farm. Meanwhile, Van had been taking over their jungle, finding farm for himself there. He's somehow managed to throw together quickly about 3,200 gold on his Slark, and really you can't stop him. You even see him. He's got so much mobility on being able to get away. It's just such a slippery Slark. He's going to be a really tough nab. He's got 8-0 bounty on his head. It ain't going to be easy.
Scary place to be, too. Like, when you're farming neutrals, oh, wow. Troll going down to the E-Blade combo and the quick replicate away from the Morphling. But he actually just gets med the other way. BKB gets popped. The Strength Morph will keep him alive.
Wow. Van conveniently right there, but there is help nearby, and he will not be able to get the finish on Yawar. So it does force out the BKB, but yeah, at that same moment, your Troll goes down at the top with the assistance coming out from MJW with his lasso setup, allows Yawar to get the shotgun off. So nice grab for them. They don't lose anything. 14-6 as we get ready to go into the 30-minute chunk of this game. And, well, still a full and shiny 10 seconds on MJW's Batrider here for his BKB. Got a little bit of wilds before the Roche is going to be popped back up, but I don't know. It's feeling a lot more split down the middle at this point. Yawar is definitely throwing together some potential on his Morphling. 2.3k already built up. I imagine Scotty, but up and above Van. Able to walk away. So he almost got potentially nabbed right there from MJW. He'll be fine.
Yeah, that if the lasso could connect in any way, that would have been a kill. But he's like, before he even blinks for the rune, he's actually dark pacting to make sure it's impossible, and Shadow Blade gets mapped quickly. And yeah, it did seem for this past like 5 or 6 minutes that it's actually been relatively even since they repelled them from the top lane. But that's because of the Slark's item progression. He's about to hit a power spike. This item is one of the most expensive in the game, and he has it sitting in his stash, and a single component to his name. It's why he hasn't been that much of a formidable presence, but we're going to see it soon, and it's going to get very, very ugly very, very quickly if he's able to make use of it as he has his other skills so far this game. And yeah, in the meantime, he's got Vlad's to help support him. He's got the Battle Trance maxed out at level 3, and yeah, that's all you really need. Just in Slarky we trust.
Yawar confidently moving down mid. He's got the replicate out, but they got the Orchid. Immediate BKB to thwart it. But as he sees help nearby, he's got to walk away. Ice Blast will zone them back. We're continuing to move on forward. He's going to be Smash. Pulls out the replicate and tries to make a go on Infinity, but the force is going to be there from MJW to get him out to safety. But as I say that, a swap now. Double sets of assistance coming out to save him. It will be at the expense of your Vengeful Spirit, but that puts out the Aura to minus their damage a bit. Infinity's still going to be in trouble, and they will be able to take down the Viper. Ifrit gets that kill, and Not Today are going to be up. 2 kills, only 3 remain here for eHUG to try to put up a defense. Looks like a tier 2 is going to be in jeopardy, but a nice burrow catch on the MJW as Not Today continue to move forward. Oh, very low. Sand King, oh, he's not going down. Ice Blast is not going to catch him either. Meanwhile, they're able to snag Ifrit, pull him back towards the base. Adaptive Strike is going to get the kill for Yawar, but here comes Van. Oh, they trade a bit. He's able to pounce away.
With the Scotty, they actually could have gone for that. The ultimate was coming back up pretty soon for Van. The Ice Blast and cooldown, I actually think the Morphling could have died there, but they've got such an advantage. They can let the Morphling live and just take a tier 2. I mean, this fight has turned out tremendously for them. Smash was a little slow on the Tornado, but got it with the Windwalk in the end, and from there they just kind of snowball momentum. Any singular pickoff turns into a second, and with a good Blink Burrow turns into a third, maybe a fourth. So, yeah, Not Today looking really good here, and Roche is going to be respawning here in a couple minutes for them to take. So, yeah, the turning point really was that Scotty for the Slark, as well as some great initiation from Not Today as a whole.
Yeah, somehow that Sand King was able to find his way out from there, very close, but already going on the offensive. This could catch Not Today off guard here. They smoke, go right into the jungle. They jump, they get Van. They pull him back. Smash tries to help out. He does not have split. Can they take down the Slark? He goes into Shadow Dance. They won't be able to see him. He pounces to the low ground. He regens on up, and he will get away. That Scotty pays off so well for him. That bounty was so close to being theirs. But he makes it away, and just like that, he has full life once more.
If only they had that play like 5 minutes ago when he didn't have the Scotty, but now he's going in confidently. Charles doesn't even get the chance to Ice Blast him, and that's the only thing that Van fears. Now going in with confidence, Blink Dagger in 5 seconds.
Mix it up and above. Ryuza's going to get caught. Cyclone, he is going to be done for. Burrow Strike set up right there, plus Sandstorm, more than enough to take down your Vengeful Spirit. Both supports going to be down. Now they want Infinity. Van continues to aggressively move forward. Flame Break's going to slow him down, but now Ifrit shows up with his own Blink Dagger. Infinity is going to be in big trouble here. Forced to pop the mech. Can't get forced away into safety, and he will be dropped right there. The Scout's going to get the pick off there. 3. They want Yawar now. Burrow Strike's going to connect on him. Concussive shot. It forces out his BKB. And now Van is happy to go toe-to-toe, but he needs the Adaptive Strike, and with that, Not Today are going to be able to easily clean up this Tier 2 tower. That's 2 big fights, 2 big skirmishes right now for Not Today as they bully ahead 21-15. The net worth now going down in their favor. Moving in, Van wants Yawar, gets the Orchid off, right click, almost going to get it, gets it done. Beyond godlike now for your Van Slark, and gets MJW. This cow technically gets that kill, but that wipes out eHUG's team, and they continue to snowball and build up kill after kill and get the Tier 2.
That BKB from Morphling was a little bit awkward. He had the Strength Morph toggled, so he could have just walked back to base, but he wanted to kind of play defense, Adaptive Strike away, and you need agility to do that. So he pops the BKB just so he can break the silence and keep his HP alive. Oh, but man mode in. They've got so many Blink Daggers. They have nothing to fear but a swap, which in the end is not going to be into that bad of a position. The last, however, will give him a lot of damage. Ifrit will shatter, and Rollers is going down low. Just needs a little bit of Firefly, but they can't stop the Blink.
Oh, man. Oh, they blink forward. MJW wants it. Oh, the Napalm's not going to be there. Get the hell back over here. He is going to be gone. 3 seconds for Blink Dagger. Here's Van. What do you think you're going? Slows him down.
And a free BKB.
And it forces out the BKB. Oh, man. eHUG not going to be able to get as much. They expend a lot for that. What was it? 2, 3 buybacks as well when they saw that their base was contested. Now MJW's in trouble. He has no BKB. But nice F-Blade save right there coming out from Yawar will force Van to get away. Nice
yeah, the Morphling could have, was so close to being able to E-Blade himself when he got killed by the Slark, but he actually, it was like 1 second off cooldown when he indeed fell, so yeah, just no BKB, no E-Blade was what cost him his life, and the buyback makes it doubly cost.
I like this.
They're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I have it.
eHUG go onto the pit, and they get it quick. Medallion, Wave, Terror, more than enough to get him down pretty damn fast. Yawar's gonna grab up that Aegis. Now they got an extra life. A lot more momentum for them. Yawar can be a bit more assertive. Maybe reserve the BKB for that second life at this point. But man, oh man.
You can also look at his agility. His base strength to agi ratio is 1 to 127. He did level up there, but the idea is that now that he has 1 life of immortality, he's able to play as offensively as possible and use that E-Blade combo to its fullest. But if you look at the heroes that he wants to shotgun combo, you see the Skywrath, and he's been prepping for it all game long. Mystical's like, okay, Morphling, I know your game, but here is Bracer Dota ×2, plus a hood, about to be a pipe. Even he will not fall to this shotgun combo.
Yeah, Moscow is not looking to be easy pickings for anyone. And when all of your targets are already as elusive as they are, I mean, how many times have we seen Sand King able to just barely slip away from these skirmishes? These are little kills that could have been stacked up in the favor of someone like Yawar to kind of contest the huge dominant power of this Slark control. But for now, they smoke up. They have this Aegis.
Mr. Cow is dead bottom. There was just a replicant just chilling out right next to Skywrath, and as soon as the Sky starts to TP, Yawar just pops the adaptive on him.
That's classic caster curse. We're boasting about how Miskow's not going to be caught off too easy now from this Morphin. I'm watching Yawar mid lane. He disappears, and in the drop of a hat, he has a kill.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get over there quick enough. He just killed that Skywrath so damn fast. No problem. So Yawar, happy to get that notch in his belt. Now we'll split push a bit here on the bottom lane with his help still nearby. And on the other side of the world, you have NoT Today adding pressure at the top lane. So we'll see. It's almost a minor game of chicken here between both teams on who's going to be pulling back first.
Now, I want to be clear that this doesn't make the Skywrath immortal to a hard character. Like, it makes it so that the 2-hit combo of E-Blade Adaptive won't one-shot him, or even the waveform on top. There were right clicks involved there, and with the pipe, it'll have to be quite a few right clicks to actually make it happen. But yeah, Morphling just needs more and more kills to happen just like that one. And I kind of feel like NoT Today, they're spreading the map, but they kind of want to wait out the Aegis too. They're a little bit afraid of this Yawar Morphling. If he can kill off the Slark, although the Slark does have plenty for buyback, it's still so much gold going away that it could erase a lot of their advantage.
JW and Firefly now stalking to see if there's going to be an easy lasso target, but they are in good position back and behind. Smash waiting with his split at the ready here. Trying to build up what looks like towards that AC. Plate Mill already purchased about 2,200 gold. Might need to reserve a bit of buyback just in case things get hairy. Yep. Jump on to Yawar with the Epi. Is going to cost him his Aegis.
And that was up for another 2.5 minutes. That was a really big Aegis pick. Like, people will be like, okay, well, he doesn't die, but that's something that he doesn't have any longer. He will swap in a TP scroll and finish off his Eye of Scotty, but he's not nearly as confident in this next fight as he would have been with the second life.
That's a big grab there for NoT Today. That was eHUG's chance to maybe feel a lot more confident in the upcoming fight, but now Yawar is not immortal. And even with the Eye of Scotty on hand, you're looking at his 19K net worth matchup going against Slark 22.5. Absolutely incredible. Who has yet to make an investment. We don't know if it's going to be a potential Basher / Abyssal Blade, but he's got 6K in reserve as it stands right now.
Well, he's got an Orb of Venom on the Courier, so he's probably going for that double Scotty for the style points there, you know? But no, probably going to go for Butterfly. Abyssal's the other option, and both would be quite effective. There is no Lincoln Sphere, so if the Morphling is BKB, and he might E-Blade himself shortly, Abyssal would be the thing to bring him down. But Butterfly's still damn good. I mean, there is no way to hex him. It just gives him even more attack speed, build up momentum. Just depends on if Van wants a kind of hybrid between survivability and damage, or just the control and damage that the Abyssal will provide.
Do you think there's any potential for, if this continues to be NoT Today looking a lot more assertive on controlling the tempo of this, is there a plan B to have Yawar maybe dish out some serious split push game to try to get them back into this one, or do you think NoT Today just kind of hold control as it is right now, and Yawar is going to have to be involved more in the team fights?
Well, I mean, as the BKB approaches 5 seconds, yeah, there's not that much risk for the Morphling going for split push play. I mean, like I said before, there's no magic community piercing disables other than the Troll Bash, which is not going to be coming out that often. And Van actually going very aggressive and doesn't get the Dark Pack. Can they follow it up? Yes, they certainly can.
Oh, man.
A gigantic kill streak.
Oh, man, he goes a little too aggressive, loses that bounty. Ifrit goes in with his BKB, and the Burrow follow-up with the Epicenter. Does big damage, but yet Yawar getting another kill, a double kill, as they take down 3. They want Smash. Split's going to be there. Still none on eHUG to fall right now. This is the fight they've been waiting for to get themselves back into this one. Ryu's going to be saved there with the Force. Smash is going to be slowed down. Viper Strike, and they will hunt this Earth Panda
certainly will.
to the end of the day. Come on, buddy. Throws out the rock. Quick destroy. No problem. Style points for MJW. Come here, you little bear. And Smash is going to be slaughtered. Yawar with the mega kill. Oh, man, that puts eHUG right back into the mix. Van just gets a little too aggressive, and with the Dark Pack already coming out, it just means an easy setup for MJW, who conveniently happened to be right there with the lasso.
That is an incredible swing in favor of eHUG. We've got Morphling now with 4,400 gold. We've got a Batrider with 3,500. And that's before objective. Now they can march in, take the tier 2, push out bottom. That was just absolutely incredible. And it's just from one little tiny mistake. In this case, it wasn't the Slark's items. He got his tank items. I'm not going to mention that, but I will say that just the timing from the Dark Pact, it's just such a narrow window. And that was the one that MJW expertly exploited, getting that lasso off, getting that kill, and he didn't want to buy back because I guess he did have money for buyback BOTs, but it changes his progression completely. So he takes the fall and now will respawn, looking to hold his high ground.
War has the replicate. He has BKB, but he can't get it off quite yet. There he goes. BKB, replicate, and he is out of there. Right to top lane. He will TP back home as well. They get some licks in on that mid-tier 3 tower, and it takes it down to a very, very low sliver of life. Uh-oh. Oh, MJW's able to make it away. All eHUG members make it out without losing their life. Man, oh man, what a bad time there for Not Today to hand over such a big bounty.
Now, this is a really good time to look at the graphs, man. Golden experience.
Yeah. It is flying right back up. This was what started as a 14K net worth advantage for Not Today with all those grabs, one after the other, but eHUG, they are right back in it.
I wouldn't say that. I still think that the Troll Slark is a better duo, barring MJW making some huge plays. But as far as the resources go, they're on even playing field at this point in time. BKB will come out for Infinity pretty soon. Batrider, I'm almost curious if he considers a refresher orb here. Like maybe you don't get the first lasso because of the Dark Pact, but then you can get the second one and guarantee a Slark kill once again. If you can just guarantee Slark kills each fight, then you have taken down one slippery fellow. But he's got that Abyssal up, and he buys out for it. No buyback available, and no mistakes can be made further.
So will we see, as Cart pointed out, the sliver of a 4.9% chance, it looked like, of a comeback here for a team that's already down so much at 40 minutes in. It certainly does help, but yeah, this time around, your Van Slark is going to have a full Abyssal at the ready, something he didn't have for the last engagement as he stalks out. Oh, Ryuza just looks so delicious and sweet.
He can't. He just can't make that play.
Oh, they got him! Oh, he packs it off immediately and pounces away. Van is not feeling so greedy at this point. Now he's the one on the back foot. The War's nearby, and now they turn back onto him. Wave to the low ground. MJW is going to be in trouble, and Ifrit's here. They get the smash with the Abyssal. Your Batrider goes down, and they unload. Right-click Fury onto Van. He drops the gem. He hits the deck. 94 seconds. Burrow fly through. These electric fireworks seem to fly out, as it's going to be a 2-for-2 trade. Cyclone now onto Yawar. He has no BKB to get away from this, and he is just desperately looking to morph up, but the Burrow's going to be there. He has nowhere to go. Trying to live, muscling the gains as much as possible. Oh gosh, wave to the low ground to get away with a TP. He's out of there. Oh my god.
Dota, that is absolutely incredible. That's a spicy meatball. Taking down the Slark, taking down the Troll, getting out with your Morphling by the skin of his teeth with the maximum potential morph. Oh my gosh, this has just turned into one of the most incredible comebacks of, I don't know, at least this month. Obviously, there's been quite a few with DAC, but eHUG are really just pulling out all the stops there. And Slark going back in. He felt so confident with the lasso gone, but they have ways of bringing you down, and they certainly use them there. At this point, the big thing there was Sankin couldn't help. If he had been in the right position, he had the Epicenter and the Burrow Strike, but two BKBs were active, two from the Viper, from the Morphling, and they just couldn't keep the Slark alive. So, incredible action from eHUG, and they're not out of the woods, but they are certainly showing that they have a stake in this game.
Man, the right click was just so impressive coming out from the Morph, and even Infinity there, getting involved with it. Huge stuff, and I love this pickup right now. Yawar throws together the butterfly. We are not going to be seeing an MKB anytime soon. This Slark just completed out that Abyssal Blade, but oh my god, somehow he has 3K gold already. How does this kid find the farm? My god. Well, we'll see if he's able to get it together. He will certainly need it. As he steps back and moves forward, eHUG, they breathe new life, and they're looking to make a big comeback here. Roche is up. Both teams, they got to know it. Replicate's going to be moving into the pit to scout it on out. And you can see Not Today are nearby. Tension's going to be high for this one. This is going to be a big grab for either team.
This is huge. This could absolutely define the game. We've got the Epicenter online. They have short BKBs. They have to really stagger out their ultimates here so they can kind of force BKBs with the split and maybe with the Skywrath, and then wait it out 5 seconds so the Epicenter can take its massive toll with that Veiled Discord. But we see them just kind of punching right through, and full vision will be coming as soon as that smoke breaks.
eHUG don't have the vision to see it. Oh, they are so close. They're actually coming in the flank play from behind. Oh, this is Timbit stuff. They're in the pit. They're doing it. Roche is very low. It could die pretty damn fast if they don't contest. Mizcal walks by. They see it's happening here. Smash moves in, but it's too late. Yawar's got the Aegis. Ice Blast flies through. It's going to hit on the Bears. Van's forced to go to the high ground. He's stuck up there. He's going to have to Shadow Blade and just wait and watch from the high ground. Meanwhile, back in behind, you can see Ryuzaz dancing it out with Ifrit. Yawar right-clicking home, is able to burst down Mizcal. Now the last one's going to connect. And now they're going toe-to-toe. The Abyssal's going to connect on Yawar, but he's got the Aegis. They clean up on the back lines right there. Van's going to be in trouble. He's going to get shot to the back of the head. Taken apart. Smash maybe hoping to blink up to the high ground, but he can't now. It is a slow and painful death for your Brewmaster, and eHUG are pulling themselves back into this game in dramatic fashion. They have done it for sure. Not today. They are now going to be on the back foot. It was such a huge lead for them. It is now eHUG's game. Unbelievable.
This is absolutely incredible. And it's not even a game of throws. This is like a legit comeback coming from eHUG. They have played an amazing game. The last several fights, they've been playing some great play with Ethereal Blade and Force Staffs defensively, just dodging death. They're just going right in the face of Reaper. I don't know what Sand King's doing, but that's not the way to win your game or hold your high ground. Either way, one really cool thing MJW did in the last fight was actually get the interrupt on the Sand King Epicenter. With all the BKBs down, that could have actually unleashed all hell on eHUG and helped Slurk clean everything up, but that damage just didn't come. Sand King did like 800 damage in the fight, barely anything for what his potential is, and now just feeding himself away as he didn't have the Linked Sphere. And this is actually turning into multiple lanes of Rex instead of just the one.
Man. Well, this is the last hurrah here for Not Today as they see their second set of Rex crumble before them. Van jumps in trying to get Yawar. They got the Abyssal. He still has Aegis, mind you. MJW just drums on in there. Gets a hold of Ifrit, pulls him back. Yawar's still fine. Waveform's up to the north to get away. Annihilates Mr. Cow and now is happy to right-click Van. That butterfly says, just get the hell away from me. You're not getting the damage through. And eHUG are going to win this fight, and it looks like they're on the verge of winning this game. They still can't even break Yawar's Aegis to begin with. This all started, of course, with Van just a little too aggressive in that bottom lane, handing over that sweet 8-0, 9-0 bounty. And then eHUG followed it up with another big fight towards the secret shop. And from there, it was just their game. They took every little bit they can to crawl themselves back into this game, and they have certainly earned it.
Oh, swapping in. Van in a really bad position now. They don't have the lasso, but they try to go for the Hex. It dispels. He Shadow Blades away. And now they just have to disengage, even with the Aegis. You see Yawar's Agi-morphing. He's like, I want my second life to be really good, guys. But not today. They're like, oh, screw it. We're not touching that morphling, even if he has 10%. But the Epicenter going right in.
Oh!
A lot of damage here. Veil and the Sandstorm. But in the end, it's another feed from Sand King that he cannot afford. You pop the Aegis, but that's what Yawar wanted. And they just mech up to full. This last lane is going to be going down unless Not Today hold the high ground. The House of Cards have fallen, but can they pull through at the midnight hour?
My God, look how hard this kid hits. Yawar, 308 plus 164. My goodness, the creatine. Now MJW actually gets blown the hell up. Yawar's going to be focus fired here. He could be in trouble. Waveform's backing away, but he wants Megas. Swap back to a bit of safety as Van is going to finish off Ryuzaz. Yawar just wants to get the Megas. He wants the Megas. It's barely alive. Infinity finishes it off. Yawar able to go up to the high ground with the Waveform. Steps away, and, well, he eventually could be brought down here as Van is going to slowly right-click him down. Yawar has plenty of gold for a buyback if necessary. It's a triple kill for Van. Infinity is going to be tussling with Smash. Van's going to show up, help him get this kill as he tries to, like, drop the gem. Please don't acknowledge the gem is there, I guess. But he walks away. It's already Megas, however. I suppose Not Today could try to strut them all the way down, but you're talking with a team with a lot of buybacks at the ready here, so...
Yeah, actually, they fed Slurk a lot of agility there. By the end of the fight, he's got plus 81 agility from Essence Shift. The fact that Morphling was strength dwarfing actually gave Van a lot more free right clicks than probably meant to. But no matter the case, it's just been an incredible game coming out from eHUG, really earning every single fight that just clawed them tooth and nail back into this game. And it's one of the reasons why one of the rare reasons you actually cite 6.82 as like an amazing patch. It really makes this dream, keeps this dream alive. Like, this is a well-earned one. You hate to see the comebacks that are like, you just kind of, they threw one fight and then you didn't really earn the win. This is just completely, absolutely perfectly earned from eHUG. They played amazingly with defensive four-staff swaps, E-blades, and they found those tiny, minute timing windows where the Slark was vulnerable, and they punch right through. And this game one, this is just game one of what could be really record-breaking best of 3.
Certainly is. If not today, do drop this one. They have a chance to bounce back in game number 2, but eHUG would love to have that one-game advantage, getting up to 2 chances to try to finish this up and move on into the semis to face Leviathan, who had taken down Void Boys just earlier today. So with that, eHUG, they don't need to expend anything as far as buybacks go. Not today, are just trying their best to defend their base from the Megas. And now you'll have an eHUG squad that can strut their stuff all the way to the other side and still have those buybacks in reserve. Yawar has his Satanic now complete, and still the gold available now. Probably needs a little bit more, I imagine. Yep, about 25 little gold pieces there if he wants to have his buyback at the ready.
Oh, he's getting 2-shot! The Corey got 2-shot by these mega creeps.
Oh, man.
I was trying to just retrieve the gem, but big boy range creep just scouts it out and brings him down.
Stylish too.
Certainly.
But yeah, it's unfortunate. You got a lot here that are on defensive. I mean, Smash, like he's getting smashed from these creeps. He can't really do much, but they get a kidnapping here onto Ifrit. They pull him right back into eHUG territory. Smash shows up, pulls out the split, and this is going to be the last fight here, I imagine, for Not Today, as they try to focus Ryuza. Meanwhile, they are able to burst down Trout on the side. Yawar's in here, but he gets cycloned up. BKB's going to be popped from anyone. Van's got a brand new one. It's full 10 seconds. Burrow strike flies through. Yawar's going to be very low here. Swap back, big save. He pops his Satanic, and he goes right back in. Unleashes the right clicks, he goes right for Smash. He's going to try to heal on up, but he wants to go for a bigger, juicy target.
He's got too much strength now, though. It's going to be hard if Slark comes back into it, but he's worried about the throne. The throne is falling. The mega creeps are all here. The siege creeps are doing work. The melee and range are still in play. Smash just trying to hold the one objective of the throne, but Viper, Morphing are here to claim it for their own, and it is going to fall after this fortification. They do break down one more. Oh, they tried to turn it. They tried to bring down Infinity, but in the end, the creeps. There's just too many damn creeps.
Well, they get him away from the throne for now, but some of them are still hitting it. They got it. Oh, man. It was a stretch there at the end. eHUG, though, they get their comeback. 95% chance of a normal secured win if you got a 14K net worth advantage at 40 minutes in. eHUG, they claim that small percentage to make the comeback right there. And what a very sweaty game number 1 here happening. Props to eHUG there. They just stand strong. They see this Slark who's just built up so much behind him, 8-0. But they have found the opportunity to make a big comeback once they secure that bounty, and they just execute properly on the back of Yawar and his Morphling. Big stuff from them. MVP Yawar, but hey, big plays from Van as well.
Absolutely. That was just an incredible game. I mean, it really shows that there's always the potential to come back into a Dota game, and I mean, there's so many people would just be like, oh, GG, this Slark is absolutely too fed, but he turns into a big loot pinata, that he proves that gods may bleed, and that is just an incredible win for eHUG. Big boost to their confidence, and if I was Not Today, I'd be a little shaken. I would definitely see them potentially bringing some tilt into game 2.
All right, so yeah, game number 2 is going to be coming up in just a few moments, folks, so please stick around. We got more action coming your way. It's going to be match point here for eHUG, taking on Not Today here for the Fallout Gaming Majors of Dota 2. So with that, we'll be back in just a moment. Show your support for us. You can catch me on my Twitter at KotLGuy, Blaze at BlazeCasting, and of course our stats man at KartDota. We'll be back in just a moment.